Johnny, today's all about the Heelys.
What?
Heelys.
Wheelies?
No, man. Heelys.
Oh, heel side. All right, okay.
All right, so one of the things that you gotta, if you wanna do wave transfers from left to right, you gotta be able to do heel side riding. And also out there in the world, you know, John, they make waves that go both ways. So you have to be able to heel side ride. Heel side riding on foiling is an advanced move. I don't suggest it unless you have toe side down, because heel side, it can have some awkward moments to it. You can take some bad falls. So you want to make sure before you try heel side that you're good on toe side. That said, there's some key fundamentals. Similar to the first time that you got up on the second wave, you're gonna go far outside the boat. You're gonna look at that wave and you're gonna come into it. So instead of coming in where you're going over the top, where you get a lot of acceleration, it can throw you off your game a little bit. You're gonna go outside, you're gonna come back to it. The hardest thing on heels is finding the wave and knowing where to look. And we've told them this before, Johnny, it's all about the bubble line. You gotta find that bubble line, that's how you orient yourself. The other thing too is we're gonna teach you a little trick with your hands to go ahead and bring your right arm, if you're a left foot forward person, bring that right arm forward so that it squares up your shoulders to the back of the boat. Most of the time when people are going to heel side, they forget that adjustment, and more often than not, you'll drift outside of the wave and fall. So you gotta bring that together. Johnny, any other insights around the heel side?
Just keep the foil in the water and
Yeah.
you know, you should be riding pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good to kind of square up your shoulders, like Tim said. Move that other arm out in front just so you're oriented to where you can see the wave. It also helps you move a little better when you're riding on that heel side.
All right, and once you nail the heel side, then you got wave transfers. Wave transfers, when you come over, you gotta land on that heel side. Knowing how to get over that top of the wave and drop down, super important. So we're gonna show you how to do it. Let's go get it, Johnny.
All right, sweet.
You. Here comes John, he's looking at the wave. He's coming in, waiting for the board to pick up speed, and then, what? Throws the rope to the wrong side, used to what we do on toe side, throwing it to the right. That's just all wrong. So instead, we're gonna look at the wave, come in slowly, be patient. You know, you're looking to find that point where the wave is gonna pick up the foil a little bit. We throw the rope off to the left once we see a little bit of slack. See, John has that there, and he's right on the bubble line there. You can see the clean water versus that. And notice that he has a nice bit of power to the right of our screen, to his left as he comes in. And once you get up heel side, you want to start with small, controlled turns just to get used to it. You know, he shot down the wave there, got a little bit ahead of it, had to do a couple pumps to get back up to speed. So when you're out there, you're really trying to manage your speed to figure out how you can maximize the space on the wave that you can use. And so start with small turns right here in the power pocket where you see a lot of the foam, knowing that you really can go basically where the line is in the water right now, all the way out to the smooth outer edge. And so you'll see here it's John going over the top of the wave. Now it doesn't look like he's going that fast right there, but coming over that peak is going to feel a lot faster on the board than what it was there. So you can work your way up to doing it that way. Once you have it, you can get on the wave either from the outside in or over the top, but start outside in. Let's switch over and look first person perspective. This is me with the GoPro, on the wave. You can really clearly see the delineation here between where the bubble line is and the smooth water. There's plenty of power in the water out here where it's smooth, but I know if I'm going to find the power point, I'm going to slowly go in. And you can tell by where the camera is oriented here, that's also where I'm looking, towards the back right corner of that swim step. And as we talked about in the front, bring that right arm forward to square your chest to be able to stay on. You'll notice there's a nice picture of the wave here in terms of the trough. The rope is just slacked. I'm going to go ahead and toss it, switch over and looked at it. This is what it looks like looking at me from the back. Come from the outside, I'm comfortable, go ahead and toss it, find the power point in the wave. Coming back again, here we're in the bubble line. You can begin to see the trough, but notice how different it looks when we're looking at it first person perspective than when you're on the boat. So on the boat, you always got to study the wave. Here it's simple to see the wave. When you're on top of it, it's a little bit more difficult. So follow the bubble line and have a decent idea. So let's slow this down and look in slow-mo. That bubble line is where the smooth water meets the white water. And you can tell that first wave pushes up a bit of a wall, showing me where the second wave is. Coming into the screen on the left-hand side of your screen right now, you begin to see a little bit of a ridge line. Now that's the ridge line I'm gonna ride for wave transfers. It's also how I find my power when we're going heel side.
Well done. Thank you, Pounder.
Back to first person here. If you can, start on the heel side of the boat. You'll notice here there's no lollygagging. You know, as soon as I pop up, I get out there in the smooth water to set me up to have a very smooth entry into the wave. Once I'm out there, I can turn to the left. There's that ridge line on the far left of your screen. You can just see it a little bit where it's forming, and that's where I can bring myself into, begin to feel a bit of the power of the wave. Again, the rope will slack here, get caught in the white water a little bit, and I'll go ahead and toss it. Then we're off and running, you know, just as you've seen a couple times before. So I want to take this back to look at, you know, two things. One, that start coming from the outside in, and then talk a little bit about wave management. You see I went over a few there. Here I'm outside, coming into the wave very slowly, and you can see it when you're outside. Once you're on it, it's very difficult to see. So take notes in your mind mentally when you're out there. Take your time coming into the wave, and it's easier to start at the base of the wave than it is to start at the top of the wave. So come in there at the base of the wave, out in the clean water, close enough to the bubble line if I need to get there. Go ahead and toss that rope and begin to move around. Now, once you get comfortable and you're in that heel side, you begin to expand your turn radius. So you hear John is now starting, before he had very small turns, now he's moving from the outside at the edge of the bubble line towards the middle of the boat. You can kind of see that smooth surface there. You can go all the way over here. Here he's further outside. If it was super smooth, you'd see that he's at the far end of the wave. And the cool thing about foiling is the amount of space you get to move left to right. You can use this whole wave. He's coming into the smooth part of the wave, then can go all the way out to the outside. And so you're using a full half of the wave, way more range. And then once you do that, you can go ahead and do a wake transfer, you know, because you're already going in there. And the beauty of heel side and toe side coming together with wave transfers is that it opens up your boat wake, regardless of how big it is, so that you can maximize the amount of geography that you get to use. Here I am here a little bit further out than John, you know, making some use from an outside in. Go ahead and turn around. Now look at these waves come through. When you get hit with waves, you want that mast about halfway out of the water so that you can absorb them. Bend your knees a little bit like a mogul skier. They go right underneath, and you know, it's all good. I hope this has been very helpful for you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and most importantly, get out there and have a fantastic time, you know, foiling. Look at the heel side turns here. Just using so much of the wave. It is an absolute blast. I know you're going to love it. Please don't hesitate with any questions, and thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching at the end of this, we really appreciate you being a true fan. So take it easy, get out in the water, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.